I appreciate you guys. Bitcoin, what's going on, man? Vegas, how are we?
안녕하세요. 오늘은 잭 밀러 영상을 가지고 왔습니다. 2025년 비트코인 컨퍼런스에서 얘기한 내용이고요. 간단하게 잭 밀러에 대해서 설명드리면, 잭 밀러는 비트코인 및 라이트닝 네트워크 기반 결제 기업 스트라이크의 창립자이자 CEO입니다. 미국 시카고 출신이고 금융 트레이더 가문 출신인데, 엘살바도르가 비트코인을 법정 화폐로 채택하는데 큰 역할을 해서 유명해졌습니다. 그래서 오늘은 잭 밀러의 영상을 다뤄볼 예정이고요. 크게 몇 부에 나눠서 영상을 찍을 예정이오니 끝까지 시청 부탁드립니다.
Let's go. I appreciate you guys. All right, the title of my talk, I call it the hodler's dilemma. I think it's a topic that we as Bitcoiners don't talk about enough. And in my opinion, I think the asset class has gotten big enough to where we're embarking on Bitcoin's new wealth paradigm, okay? So chapter one, first of all, what's the problem? What are we out here to solve? Why are we all here on the Vegas Strip? Well, the problem is fiat currency, right? I call this the vicious fiat cycle. The problem is pretty simple. When the US government and the Federal Reserve prints dollars, those dollars become worth less. That makes the life that we all want further away, unachievable, not affordable, right? That then forces everyone to borrow. You get into debt. People are using credit cards, student loans, buy now, pay later, mortgages, all right? And this now has forced households are over $18 trillion in debt. Credit card debt's passed $1 trillion in the United States of America, okay? And the US dollar, since it was launched at the Federal Reserve a little over 100 years ago, has lost 97% of its purchasing power. And this cycle repeats because all of our paychecks in this room, I don't care who you are, all right, I don't care if you're Donald Trump, Michael Saylor, it doesn't matter. None of our wages are keeping up with the inflation of all of our assets. And this is the problem. This is why we're all here. I call this the vicious fiat cycle, right? And if you look, I mean, this is the growth of debt in the United States of America. If you're a millennial, if you're my age, if you were born in the last 20, 30 years, you want to own a car? Debt. You want to own a house? You can't afford a house. Take a mortgage for the rest of your life. You want to go to school? You want to go to Harvard? Did you work hard the first 18 years of your life? Debt. You need a student loan. You can't ever own assets. You're in a perpetual cloud of debt. This is the growth of credit card debt. And it's not just at the individual and the family home level. This is our federal government. And listen, I know every reporter wants to ask me, Republican, Democrat, left, right, up, down. Guys, it's a bipartisan thing. We're in a debt-based financial system, right? Yes. This is a chart. What shitcoin do you guys think this is? This is the US dollar. The best time to go to Whole Foods and buy eggs with your dollars was 1913. Every other time after that, you're getting screwed, right? Okay, now this is a little bit more interesting. Check this out. So the US dollar, we divorced from the gold standard in 1971. So I'm no artist, but I'm trying my best. That's where my arrow is pointing down on this slide. So you can see once we started to print money, right, and we're divorcing ourselves from the physical realities of Mother Nature, it's really benefited the top 1%. The rich have gotten a lot richer, and the rest 90% of us, we're the ones that have stagnated income, or now it's declining, right? Check this out. This is these red and green lines. These are the prices of a median house in New York and Boston. They're just getting more expensive. The bottom two lines, the gray and the pink, that's our income. We're not getting paid anymore, but the life around us is getting more expensive. Here's another one. How long does it take to save for a house? Well, while we were on the gold standard, it was a few years. Off the gold standard, it's a decade, right? This is my favorite. Okay, debt to go to Harvard. Okay, debt to get a house. Okay, debt to own a car. Debt to watch Justin Bieber? debt to get a chicken sandwich? This is the problem with fiat currency. They print it, it becomes worth less. Our lives suck and get worse. We get in debt, we never escape it. We are slaves to the system, it is our burden to carry, right? I believe that the banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, the banks will deprive the people of all their property until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered. Thomas Jefferson. Current version of the dollar is not very American, but that's for a different presentation. How about Henry Ford? It is well enough that people do not understand our banking and monetary system. For if they did, I believe they would adopt Bitcoin before tomorrow morning. He said that, I swear, I was there.